Hey there folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. In the last part, we finished up the 2.3 story. And it's time to do the dungeons. So first off, let's go ahead and talk to Blozon and get King of the Hull. Oh, this dungeon. You're Ariana by the Onion. I was hoping you'd come by. I've got a message from an old friend of mine. Needs your help for an important task, he says. It's highly confidential business, so I can't give you his name. Let's just say he's well known in Limsa. Odds are you'll recognize him. Anyway, I'm not at liberty to divulge anymore. If you've got a mind to take on the task, head on over to Limsa and seek out a bloke named Denson. That's not my friend, mind you, but one of his men. Oh boy. I feel like we're oddly helping out something here. But let's also go over here and pick up blood for stone. This one's been taunting me for ages now. I seek a certain adventure for a cause most just. Are you not Arya? I thought you had the right aspect. 'Twas you who played the thief in the night at the Stone Vigil. The dragons guard their keep jealously, it said, yet you slipped unseen into the cloudy fortress. Twill not be their keep for much longer, however. The forces of Ishgard are massed by the sea of clouds. Now this is for your ears only, but the blockade is but a prelude to an attack. Lord Drilmon commands the siege, and he will have your counsel. I am but one of many who seek you at his behest. You must be a woman of rare quality. The proud knights of Durin there are not accustomed to taking, let alone seeking, outside help. Ishgard is the cradle air I breathe, and I yearn to see the Stone Vigil reclaimed from the Durranian horror. We not go to Whiteburn front and aid Lord Drilmon? Alright, so first stop is going to be over to Limsa Lominsa. Let me down! Oh my gosh. There we are. I'm like, what the heck? So just outside the Drowning Wench here, I just have to figure out how to get down a ramp. Sounds very difficult to do. You're Ariana. The chief will be pleased that you came. Now, time's of the essence. I'll get straight to business. During your travels, it might be, as you heard tell of Miss Beard, the legendary pirate. How's I be surprised if you hadn't heard of the bloke in a soul and limb says don't know of his exploits. Near your ship on the far seas was safe from Miss Beard's grasp. Not even the golden fleet of old Eye. But one day, at the height of his notoriety, the man vanished without a trace while sailing the Rotano. Since then, rumors are spread that Miss Beard left behind a treasure trove of plunder. Folks believe it's somewhere out there just waiting to be plucked like a ripe fruit. Your task pertains to that treasure. I'll take over from here, Dunstan. Chief! Greetings, my friend. It's been a while since you sent Leviathan to the bottom of the Indigo Deep. Before I begin, let me make it clear that I do not request your aid in the capacity of Storm Marshal. Nay, the matter is purely private. The detail established, I shall continue Dunstan's tale. For a time, folk had lost interest in Miss Beard's cache. Such was its elusiveness, but recent developments have treasure hunters across the realm stirring anew. South of Vilbrand, upon the Rotano Sea, there lies the Cedales. Along the fringes of these remote islands, there is an expanse of water into which few ships dare venture. Nature has conspired to perpetually shroud the area in heavy mist, making hardly see his own hand in front of him. Be it by accident or intent, countless vessels have entered the mist, never to be seen again. Over the years, some survivors have washed ashore with tales of an island hid within, which appear without warning to smash their ships into a flotsam. So it was the legend of Hullbreaker Isle was born. In the wake of the calamity, however, it came to be that the mist would lift under certain conditions. As luck would have it, on one such day, a merchantman mistakenly sailed straight into the area. The ship eventually came upon a deserted isle, where it made an astonishing discovery. The Har, Miss Beard's own flagship, lying broken within a cove. Though he yearned to explore the wreck, the captain wisely chose to return to familiar waters before the mist could regather. Upon returning to Limsa Lominsa, he forbade his crew from revealing the discovery to a single soul, not singer, but word inevitably spread, as is often the way of such things. Even as we speak, treasure hunters are scrambling to find a way to legendary Hullbreaker Isle. They might claim Mistbeard's cache. I would have you get there before they do, Arya, and retrieve a single object from the Har. A golden coffer bearing Mistbeard's crest. The chief would do the job himself, but his beanstorm marshals like to attract unwanted attention. That's why he wants you to go in his stead. So long as you bring back what he asked for, you're welcome to keep whatever else you find. Though I made the request off the record, I must impress upon you that the matter is of grave import to our nation's future. I should be praying for your success. Now, no doubt you're wondering how you're going to get to the Isle. I've got a ship moored at the Moraby dry docks. Meet me there when your preparations are in order, and I'll ferry you over. Alright, off to Moraby, I guess. Oh, come on. I barely went off the pier. That could happen with flight. Everything in order? Then let's get you over to the Hullbreaker Isle before it's a swarm of scavengers. I'll get us there in one piece, never you fear. I've been keeping an eye on the weather, and I know exactly when the mist will clear up. When you arrive, make your way to the wreck of the Har. Mistbeard's coffer is bound to be somewhere inside. So how you're supposed to get back afterwards? I'm sure you'll figure something out. The resourceful adventurer that you are, be waiting for you in Limsa. It's like, you got it. You can do this. Don't worry about it. So, let's go ahead and do Hullbreaker Isle. Oh man, this dungeon. Finally. Ended up kind of chattering about a billion other things while waiting there. Mainly about future ideas for LP. I'm gonna do for certain content. So apologies if you can hear the PS4 in the background. Husband's wanting to play it, so yeah. Oh, so Hullbreaker Isle. You may have heard me grumbling about this so far. Once you get past the start, it's not terrible. I just really freaking hate the start of this dungeon. It's just terrible. I tell you. Alright. So our item level sinks down to 110. So the big thing we need to look out for here is actually the ground. Why? Well, the take is about to show us why. There's traps on the ground. Yeah. I almost walked right into that one. And what the hell? I just got like yoinked back for no reason. So like, yeah, so the hitboxes on these traps are really, really, really stupid. Let's just put it that way. Like, oh my gosh. That is why I hate the start of this dungeon. Nice if this had been pulled on too, but I guess we're fighting it separate. Yeah, so it's really easy to accidentally hit a trap. Just, you can be walking far away from it and, oh, look, you hit a trap. Yeah. Yeah, so we have to really be watching out for the traps here. And that's really the commentary for the central part is kill stuff, watch the ground. There. And I guess I couldn't single target here because that one's over there. Again, there's an enemy off in the middle of nowhere. Alright, so there's a trap to the left, so we definitely want to watch out for that. There are... I don't know where the healer was going right there. Other than walking right into a trap. So if you get too close here, that's our first boss. If you get too close, he's gonna basically bonk you back. Like, you kind of saw the tank kind of get bonked back there. So it means I'm gonna have to really watch it on positionals here. Because could easily get into the range of being bonked back. But once you clear the enemies, you can go ahead and head for the Sasquatch. Literally, Sasquatch. So, Sasquatch, you can see these trees around. I thought the tank was going to pull it faster than that. They really did. You can see wild banana trees around and about. So, those are going to come into play when the boss starts doing a thing. There's also going to be ads spawning, and he's also going to be doing this chest dump. And this is going to start putting a vulnerability down. So what you really need to do is you need to have someone interact with a banana tree, and this will give him an attack boost, but it'll make him stop doing that annoying AoE. So it's a trade-off, right? You take more damage over the entire party, or the tank takes more damage after you use the tree. Now, of course, this tree is kind of spent for the time being. I don't remember if it refreshes, but it doesn't matter. You can typically burn it before it becomes an issue. Congratulations, we made it out of the terrible part of this dungeon. Oh my gosh, that part is... I just hate that part so much. It's just the traps. So, you're going to see multiple treasure coffers here. So what we need to do with these treasure coffers is we need to open them. Why, pray tell, do you need to open them? Well, there's mimics. You remember mimics? They were in, what was it, Lost City of Vandapur? And we need to get stone tablets from them. You can see over on the left that we need to pick up 3 stone tablets. Well, 2 of them are right here. Now, obviously, if you run right past them, you have to come back and get them again, and... Oh, no, sorry, just 1 right here. Yeah, right, 1. So there's a stone pedestal up here. That's where you need to put the stone tablet. And our tank is a jumpy one. So we've got a river, little river here, and some Nankas, and there's also a side path. This side path is easily missed. You do not want to easily miss the side path because there is a bunch of coffers down here, which means another one of our tablets is down here. See where this is going? You getting the gimmick of this dungeon yet? Now, I believe it's random if 2 or 1 or 2 of the coffers are mimics. I don't remember. It might not be random. I think it's just random which ones are mimics. So that means you do kind of have to pop them all. So, I mean, obviously once you do pop the coffers, you can just do the normal run on ahead and yada yada that people do. Oh, and that spawned a little Nanka. A bunch of little Nankas, actually. Because we did not kill it before they used Hatch. I feel like in some ways I'm like almost describing Pokemon terms here. Hatch, pop, something, just all these one-word phrases. Even though I know it's not Pokemon stuff, it's like, it just feels like that. So I've got 2 pedestals here. So, let's go ahead and place a stone tablet into the depression. And this unlocks our second boss. So this is Sojourn something. So the big gimmick here is it's going to eventually turn the entire area into a giant whirlpool, and there's going to be these bubbles around. When he turns the area into a giant whirlpool, or when he goes under, we need to go under. He's also going to do a thing very similar to the Cutter's Cry boss. And just the, like, chasing after someone. And, the tank has the butt in the bad place. Please tank to the melee. So now he's going to go under. And this time we need to be ready to go into a bubble. And it's going to give us the watery grave effect for like 7 seconds. Because, well, this is what happens. He draws him in, and there's a big explosion, and it does a whole bunch of damage. But it's better, like, the taking the watery grave is just so much better. You take a little bit of damage to not have to deal with that. Obviously, that's why I had to be like, tank, you have to button the thing. It meant I couldn't, properly do that. So yeah, Water Grave does like no damage as an AoE comparatively to what you would take from the Whirlpool. And with that, we are on to the last section of Hullbreaker Isle. Yeah, pretty fast, eh? Faster than the dang Q, what the heck. So we have to make a jump here. This was when they started realizing, maybe we shouldn't do fall damage when we make people jump in a dungeon. So yeah, you don't take fall damage there. Because it's like, oh, now we have to heal before we can even try and progress. And it's just like, this is such a pain. So, anyways, there's gonna be these little geyser walls blocking our way. We have to run up to them and spawn those seawater sprites in order to get rid of the wall. And we can continue onwards. So there's a few ways to go here. Well, it's kind of just like looping ways to go, honestly. Not really multiple ways. But we're gonna go ahead and head up to this set of seawater sprites. And go ahead and just take them out. This is where the whole, like, TP change with AoEs is so handy, because melee, or, like, physical DPS can now just, like, be like, oh, hey, look, we can help, without burning all our TP. It was so nice, let me tell you. Alright, and that gets us on to the last boss already. So it wasn't even really a speedrun of the dungeon either. It's just kind of, yeah. So we've got to fight a kraken. Namely, we've got to fight a bunch of tentacles. I'm not even gonna go there. You can see the kraken here. We don't actually fight it. We just fight its tentacles. We have to fight like 10 of them, and just basically it's just a bunch of killing. Yeah. So yeah, just remember the arms and tentacles, 0 out of 10. So we're gonna go ahead and what do you mean it's not in line of sight? It's right there. So this is also gonna be our introduction to no positionals. Oh my gosh. Go with them. So yeah, because we can't actually get behind them, we, you know, don't have to really deal with our positionals. We're gonna get full damage no matter where we're standing. It's so amazing. Also, every time you take one of these huddles, you get a supernition, which will give you a dot effect. And also, you see that little green marker over the healer back there? That is a meteor, or a tornado marker. Sorry, I used to being a meteor marker. That's a tornado marker. That indicates a tornado is going to spawn wherever that person is, and now we're going there, which, yeah, so it just does like a big vulnerability down, and yeah, you really want to try and take it to somewhere that the party is not about to go. Just so that, you know, you don't have to deal with that, and you can get in, you can go away from it. So yeah, that's essentially the boss. It's just run around aimlessly killing arms. Also, some arms can tentacles can kind of pop out like that and stun the person, grab them, and then toss them around. Yeah. It's such a great boss. It's so fun. I like a ragdoll. Oh, no, we've got a marker. I'm gonna go ahead and head this way, as they are over there. Let's drop that tornado down, and then join them. So unfortunately, it does mean you do get an extra stack of the this dot here. Maximum HP is reduced and damage taken is increased. So it's not a dot. Yeah, sorry. I'm used to it being a dot. It's one of those, like, I'm used to that indicating a dot. I'm not used to that indicating a some other kind of debuff. So you can see lots of people now kind of getting those markers, and also I'm about to get tossed aside like a ragdoll because, well, I got stunned. So I'm probably about to get tossed into a tornado. Ow. Yeah, ow. That hurts. Ouch. May as well stay over here, I guess. And, well, I leveled up to 56. And that's Hullbreaker Isle! Yeah, that last boss is kind of just a mess. Like a giant mess, honestly. So yay! We did it! We beat Hullbreaker Isle. So, let's go ahead and read that. You still do get the debuff when you do this. Flan and I are kind of sort of waiting for the other two to leave. Watch them be waiting for us to leave. How many of these can you get? Like, probably a lot, right? Because it refreshes every time. Okay, seriously, they aren't leaving. Go away, other two people. Thank you! Now, Glenn got 5. So, there was a reason we were like, please leave! Because there's a treasure coffer back here, and I'm like, Luckily, we kind of pulled the enemy blocking it, and there's a minion in the treasure chest! Yes, that's kind of why I was like, let's wait. I do have to watch it because that other enemy is patrolling back there. But yeah, so there's a minion in that treasure chest, and so many people overlook it. I don't know why, but they overlook that treasure chest. It's right there. Because they're not used to going in off to the side and grabbing treasure chests. Like, there's a minion right there. Ever since they made the loot pool changes for a lot of these Realm Reborn dungeons, that minion drops so much more often. I remember farming that for my main character, and it took forever. So anyways, let's go back to Limp's Little Mincer real quick and finish up King of the Hull. Yeah, I don't get why people pass up that chest. It's right there. But we kind of purposefully passed it up, and then we're purposely waiting for the other two to leave so that they didn't try and take the minion. Because I want the minion. Yeah, that I solo farmed that on my main character, and it took forever to get that thing to drop. Because they haven't changed the loot pools by then, and oh my gosh. Anyways. Hi, I'm back! Good to see you back in one piece. I'm with Miss Spears' coffer, no less. Let's have a look at it then. The lock's still intact, and there's no signs been tampered with. Excuse me. You had a good venture. The chief will be right pleased. Indeed he is. I knew that you wouldn't disappoint me, my friend. You have my gratitude. Very curious as to the contents, I do not doubt. Having risked life and limb to retrieve this coffer, you've more than earned the right to that knowledge. The coffer holds the secret to Miss Beard's identity. Menacing, is it not? This mask, my friend, has been worn by all the individuals who have borne the name Mistbeard. Aye, Mistbeard was not one man, but many. For generations, both name and mask have been inherited by those deemed worthy. So the legend continued. But now that legend will come to an end, for the last Mistbeard has found a new purpose in life. One woman in her dream of a brighter future for Olimsa Lominsa. As you know, ours is a nation founded by pirates. It is in Lominsan's blood to desire to be one's own master, to project authority and take what he wants. Some among us believe that piracy is a time-honored tradition, but so long as we cling to this tradition, we will never know a lasting prosperity. These were the woman's words, and Mistbeard saw wisdom in them. He swore to do all in his power to make her dream reality. In the future she envisioned there is no place for pirate kings but in the tales of fishwives, so Mistbeard has chosen to consign himself and his predecessors to the pages of history. This mask symbolizes an obsolete way of life, yet is not without power. Should it fall into the wrong hands, another Mistbeard will rise. Hot-blooded Lominsans will gather to his dread banner, and piracy will continue. The mask will never see the light of day again. On this day, the pirate king Mistbeard draws his last breath. Dunson, I trust you know what to do. Aye, aye, chief. Given a bit of time, the rumors of treasure will fade just like the mist clearing. Actually get a little more involved in some stories here. Anyway, so I'm gonna do the thing here, because it's bugging me. Alright, so we need to go speak with the Rimon, which of course is up in Coerthus. God, I love flying. The fact I can just do that. It's so nice. Ariana, you have come to lend us your strength. Our stern dare is in your debt. We rejoice with us to know that the battle for the Stone Vigil has finally begun. The first wave has already breached the outer defenses and entered the keep. As the prey of the foes the Devranians are, they have a certain cunning that placed teams with unbelievers who gladly embrace death merely to deny us a film of advance. We came to slay dogs and are bled by nits. There are graver matters still. After our first wave stormed the keep, the enemies sealed the breach behind them. The Vigil headgate is now a welter of molten iron and stone, as sharp as a headsman's axe. We can no longer send reinforcements by land. The danger is great, but we must go by air. I shall lead the second wave, and would have you join your strength to ours. Sir Nathalane awaits you near the Stone Vigil itself. I shall join you as soon as I have seen to the airships. Alright. Let's head back over to Stone Vigil. We can fly, we can fly, we can fly. This is so wonderful. Hail, Aria, Lord Drillmont, send word. The airship will not be long in coming, and then we charge. All Wiper in front knows your name, Ariana, who penetrated the Stone Vigil's defenses. Why, it's this very day I remember the cheer that rang out when we'd heard you'd lay the Isgabine blow. Your presence here is tonic, pure tonic for the troops. Too long have the damned dragons desecrated our keep. Alone willing, the Stone Vigil shall return to Ishgard before this day is out. Stone Vigil Hard is now accessible. This dungeon. Alright. As always, the secret to a dungeon is a healer. Every time. Every time. Come on, tank. Come on. There you are. So I'm moaning and groaning about Stone Vigil Hard, but... Okay, so 2 of the bosses are absolutely garbage. Out of the 3 bosses. And honestly, I don't remember the 3rd. It's probably garbage, too. Yeah, 2 of the 3 bosses are absolute garbage. I hate them so much. Also, I have to listen to this stupid music again. Yay! I still don't like this music. Of course, I would have had to just turn up the sound. Alright. Let us sprint up, because I kind of got a little distracted talking, and we're already getting lost with the tank here. So, we're gonna have more dragons, and yay. I don't actually remember where the treasure chests are here, but there's gonna be a lot of enemies. 5 friends. I see. And we also have that style of wyvern back, because, well, it's not just a boss anymore, it's just a regular enemy. So anyways, let us continue with beating these down and, you know, remembering how to press buttons in the right order. You know how I am at that sometimes. And yeah, so that's gonna be just the main basics of the start here. And you can see a fire is blocking our way, so we are gonna have to kill this stuff as much as the tank wishes we didn't have to right there. You do have to kill these enemies. So, see, they're working on the wyvern, and I'm working on the shield dragon. Now they're working on the shield dragon, I'm working on the wyvern! Ah! Oh my gosh, I can't win. Alright, now our path is cleared. And we've got our first boss. Oh yes, it's basically an upgraded version of the original first boss with a larger arena. We kind of just stand here. So yeah, that's about all I can really remember about this boss. I think that's why I don't remember it very well. It is just an upgraded version of the original Stone Vigil first boss. So it's going to be using Swinge. Of course, you don't want to be hit by that. Also, apparently, and you know, still bad hitting buttons in the right order. And it's still going to be running off to the edges here. I really want to be on the sides. Seems to be getting bonked a little bit. And you actually don't want to be killing those near the boss, because you can see now it has a damage up and haste buff. So that's annoying. So yeah, you kind of, as much as you can, you kind of want to ignore the ads. But it shouldn't be too bad, because it is now dead. And we have to go all the way back over here, because that's our next way, our path forward. I'm not gonna run too far ahead. I'm gonna wait for the tank. Unlike the dragon, who's just like, nah, I'm gonna charge up. So we've got some of those heretics that they were mentioning here that are, well, trying to block our progress of reclaiming the Stone Vigil. And no, we're just done. Yeah, we got an Avis. It's the annoying thing about kind of pulling forward, because there's going to be these enemies around that are going to want to transform themselves into dragons, since, well, you know, they're heretics and all that. And there's that Strider Scream that we love so much from the original version. So here you can actually see where we fought the second boss, and we're just kind of wandering right on past that. And we're gonna have a dragon because the tank is running forward. And now we're gonna have these cannons. Well, you remember these cannons from the original dungeon, and as much as the tank is gonna want to try and run ahead here, we are going to have to shoot the cannons at the dragon so that it goes away, and that's gonna spawn ads. And we have to do this multiple times to be able to get rid of, well, to be able to progress, really. So if we don't do it, then we don't progress. So yeah, once the dragon comes back, we'll want to go ahead and be sure to do that again. Should be coming back here soon. The cannons are back, so let's go ahead and interact. As much as the tank wants to run forward, you can't! There's still another wave to go. I always see groups do this. Like, constantly. They're like, oh, we can run forward! No, we can't. We really can't, because you have to wait. Like, this part is completely scripted. See, there they go again. And this time they're gonna spawn in the middle, and we're also gonna have a Watch Wyvern in the fray. So, let's go ahead and take these out. Ugh. I'm doing bad about, whatchamacallit again. Stun that. No, let's not stun it because it was a mini tank buster and it's immune to stun. Everyone's favorite. So you can see a fire forward. We are going to have to make a turn to the right. And oh god, this boss. This boss is absolutely freaking terrible. It takes so long. Because we actually can't fight it. No, instead, we have to wait for the NPCs to properly fight it. And of course, they're gonna try and hit it. No, we can't, because if you target it, you'll know that, or if you try and hit it, you'll notice we aren't doing much damage, and yeah, so this is how you do your main damage, and for some reason the tank is up there tanking it instead of properly helping us try and kill it. So when it puts up the defenses like that, it becomes invincible. It's going to reflect everything we try and hit it with. So you really want to not be doing that. So also eventually ads are going to spawn. You're going to have to be careful about it. Also it's going to start doing this bit of a spinning thing. And these ads are going to go after the knights. Seriously, tank, please, just go in the cannon. No. It's also really stupidly easy to, like, untarget the boss, or untarget the cannon, which makes you untarget using it. Oop. Ow. I got reflected. No, yep, no, 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 ow! So I appear to have a friend over here. So you have to make sure you have that second button ready to stun him when he does that area-wide attack. Because you can get nasty. I don't have mine. Okay, someone else did. I see another ad back there. Seriously, this would be actually be going faster if the tank was helping us instead of trying to tank. Because the NPCs can tank this. Like, we don't have to actually engage it directly. But, well, here we are. Anyways, on to the third part of the dungeon. So now we've got these Alps-looking things. Random. I don't know why they're here. Sorry, I've been working on the Sahagin dailies lately, and I have seen too many Alps. Okay, for real. Where are we going, tank? Oh my gosh. Yeah, so there's a wall here, and the tank just had to use their oh shit button. Because they kind of overpulled a little bit. Unfortunately, Gunbreaker's oh shit button dropped it down to 1 HP, so it really becomes a no shit button. And that's why you don't overpull that right there, because there's just too many AoEs going on with those Avises, and Yeah. And yeah, so like the Gunbreaker's oh shit button just can be really scary because the healer can then, you know, not be able to... Now Tank's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna Belide again. It's like, why are you Beliding in the first place? Which is, Super Belide is the name of their oh shit button. I don't get it. Why not just do this pull like a normal person, which involves not using that button? Like, I don't know. I don't get it. There's just too many AoEs here, too much stuff immune to stun, and I don't get the need to do it. What do I know? I'm just a silly monk who has full 80s on her main character. Screw it. Treasure chest! Mine. Not mine. I don't even know what drops. I can't see what drops. And we also got a thing not done, and I'm doing things in the wrong order. Yeah, so that Giant Scream can really, really hurt after a while. Yeah, it can be bad. Just a good time to use Mantra, though, to help with healing. Alright, so they dropped a vault key, which we need to go this way. And I'll let them finish raising before I walk forward here. Alright, let's do this. So this boss has no aggro table. I'll just put it out there now. It has no aggro table. I mean, you can pull aggro on it and all that, but it'll ignore it. It doesn't care. It's just gonna attack whoever it wants to attack. But besides that, it's gonna be a tank and spank. It's just gonna run around all over the gosh dang place. So you need to really watch what it's doing here. Like when it runs, when it does a little like shoulder down attack like that, you want to not be in front of it. When it's doing this like spit looking attack, you want to not be in front of it. And eventually we're gonna have to deal with a second one. So it's doing that shoulder down. So again, we don't want to be in front because it's gonna put this debuff called Infirmity on us, like that. Infirmity. Oh, no, oh, out of the back. Ow! Infirmity causes you to take less healing from healing sources. So now there's two. We have to be on double the lookout here, actually. Oh, that's bad. This is kind of the cruddy thing about no aggro table. Gonna have to like really, yeah, ideally. Oh, no, out of the front. Ideally, out of the back. Oh no, sorry, I misread. That was a front. This is another front. And yeah, so that's what we're just gonna have to repeat again. So it's gonna do another charge here. Let's avoid its front just in case it does that attack so I don't get smacked by it. It's gonna do the big breath thing. And let's pop a left break. And there you go. That is Stone Vigil hard. Yeah, that boss, it can go south. Like, oh my gosh, that boss just sucks. Like, 2 out of 3 bosses in this suck, the other one's a joke. And the pulls can just go bad because you can overpull, and then your entire party gets owned by AoEs. And bye, everyone! Bye! Yeah, that's Stone Vigil hard! We've only got one more dungeon left to do for this patch. Fear not. They realize they shouldn't be releasing 3 dungeons per patch after a Realm Reborn. So I'm actually doing this? Yeah, sure, I'll help out. Alright, with a quick jaunt over to Ul'dah, specifically over by the Adventurers Guild, Corpse Room. What? Huh? What? You're Ariana, the famous adventurer. Thank the gods for bringing you here. Oh yeah, sorry for the PS4 in the background. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, husband's playing PS4 now, so that's gonna be a thing. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Pio, one of the many faceless adventurers struggling to make their way in Eorzea. Forgive me if I sound bitter. I don't begrudge you your renown. Your superiority as an adventurer was obvious to me long before you became a household name. Our paths crossed near Sastasha, you see. Hard to believe we moved in similar circles back then. Speaking of which, do you perchance remember having met a conjurer named Edda around that time? We used to adventure together, she and I and 2 others. Our little group didn't last very long, though. Things fell to pieces when Avir, our leader and Edda's fiancé, met his end in the Tam-Tara Deepcroft. Harsh words were exchanged, and we all went our separate ways. Since then, I've been getting by on my own. Truth be told, I hadn't planned on seeing any of my former comrades again, but then this letter arrived from Edda containing an invitation to her wedding. What? Now, I know what you're thinking. I should be happy for her, and I was, until I noticed the name of her groom-to-be. It was none other than Avir. What's more, the venue for the ceremony used to be Tam-Tara Deepcroft, the very place the poor fellow died. Something isn't right, I tell you. Now, in the letter, Edda wrote that Liavine, that's the 4th member of our group, had already agreed to attend. They chanced to meet each other recently, from what I could gather. Not knowing what to make of it all, I thought it wise to consult Liavine about the whole strange affair before replying, but last I heard, she joined the Scions of the 7th Dawn, and I didn't have the first idea how to go about tracking her down. Not until the greatest sign of them all appeared, that is. Could you tell me where I might find her? In the lake yard of the Church of St. Adama Landama? I'm sorry, I don't... Slain an Imperial raid, you say? By the 12, I had no idea. When did this happen? Will the Black Wolf still live? Then how can it be that Liavine met Edda recently? Gods, I don't know what to believe. If it isn't too much to ask, I would be most grateful if you'd show me Liavine's grave. We didn't always see eye to eye, but she had a good heart, and if she's truly... Well, I need to pay my respects. Please, meet me at the lake yard. But the chocobo's just all happy in the background. Yeah, look at me, I'm a happy chocobo. Anyway, so this is gonna be over at Camp Dragon. The tombstone has been knocked over in the earth before it disturbed. So this is where poor Liavine now lies. What's the meaning of this? Not only is her grave defiled, her body's gone? Who could have done this? Oh no, could it have been Edda? The more I think about it, the more it makes... well, I was going to say sense, but... Gods. I'll try to explain. To the rest of us, our little party of 4 was but a means to riches and glory. Such things as adventurers seek. But to Edda, it was her life. She blamed herself for Avir's death, and to our shame, we agreed with her, though we knew full well we were all to blame. Then when we left her where she stood with her fiancé's head for company, how could we have been so heartless? Small wonders that the poor girl hasn't been driven from her wits. But what's done is done. All we can do is admit to our mistakes and make amends as best we can. Avira is gone, and so is Leovine, but Edda refuses to accept it. She won't let go of the past. I know not what she means to do in Tam-Tara, but it can lead to no good end. We'll attend this wedding and try to restore her to her senses. I would be much reassured if you could accompany me, Arya. As Avira once did, so too does Edda look up to you. She may not listen to me, but she may yet heed the words of someone she admires, and failing that... No. It doesn't bear thinking about it. If we hurry, it need not come to that. Please meet me at the Tam-Tara Deepcroft. Together we'll put an end to whatever madness Edda is planning. A lot fell in Thaumaturge. It just so happens a fellow like that went to Deepcroft another minute ago. There's a young lady with him, dressed head to toe in white. The last was all smiles and giggles like a maiden on her wedding day, but your friend looks stiff as a board. Can't say I blame him, though. Crypts do strange things to the best of us. You mean to head inside as well, do you? Well, take care you don't wake the dead, eh? Oh, I forgot to go back to Dromont. Oops. Always the healer. Always the healer spot. So... Tam-Tara Deepcroft hard. We don't have dumb music. I can tell you that much. Oh, but this dungeon. Oh, but this dungeon. Alright, let's hope this is not going to be one of those. Let's pull the boss while you're in the cutscene type tanks. Oh no, I'm going to have to rerun this to read things. Oh no! I didn't realize there was stuff to read in here. Okay. So anyways, this is like super creepy, and you'll notice the orbs are back, and yeah, we're gonna have to deal with those. Also, some of the pathing has been fixed. That's good. Right. No. Found only 2. So, you will notice that these demon pawns are tethered to this guy over here. So we need to kill the 2 demon pawns before we can actually take out the Vodoriga Usher. Sorry, Usher. Because otherwise he's just taking no damage from anything we throw at him. But now with them dead, we can go ahead and kill it, and also be on our way, I want to say. So I think I have to clear the orb. Man, this sucks. I have to run back through for the reading. Hopefully we do clear everything so I don't have to deal with that. Alright. That's all person's advantage. You may proceed. So we're just gonna have to repeat that a few times. Because that's fun. And now we've also got some gargoyles in here. Actually, no, the gargoyle is the thing that's being guarded this time. Looking at it. Yeah, you can just see it's taking no damage at all. So... I don't know why I'm AoEing. It does nothing right now. Got the Fame Mite, because it's a little weaker. So they're kind of focusing on the Gargoyle. And now some demons awake little buggy bugs appear. I know, I'm very, very specific in how I'm naming things here. The buggy bugs. Row-tier naming, basically. And with that, we are approaching the first boss, and we're also approaching me. I am bad at doing stuff. So, it's Leovine! We are going to want to, well, ignore everything I've ever said about ads. We want to focus simply on killing her. We do not want to hit any of the ads. You mind? So yeah, we're gonna have a bunch of bestmen and bridesmaids coming out. Yeah, this is why you don't kill them! Ow! 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 That's why you don't kill them. Ow. Yeah, so if you kill them, you get a massive... You get a stacking thing of vulnerability up. And yeah, it's painful. Well, at least we got to show what happens if you kill them. Not that I really wanted to show it. No, don't kill! No! Ow! No! Oh, pain. Suffering. Anyway, so we're gonna see all these different side paths along here. And this room is gonna kind of teach us what we need to do here. So... yeah, we're gonna have to repeat this a few times, and... I didn't know if the tank was going to silence that there. So yeah, the hostile presence has vanished. You may proceed. Oh, the dragon's chilling back, reading stuff apparently. I'm gonna go run back through. I'm gonna like just hit return and reread them then. So, yep, you can easily pass by this particular side path here and end up having to backtrack. I've had that happen multiple times, including when I was taking this dungeon. Yeah. Oh, we've got some Dullahans around here. And tank is running ahead, even though we have enemies on us. Let's go ahead and kill this discarded body, as I do terrible about... So this time, there's gonna be 2 phantom soldiers about. So let's go ahead and AoE all this down, as I have a friend. Good old friends. Taken care of. I do want to take out this Dantalion first, just because it is annoying, because we have that Paralyze 3, which, well, Paralyze is bad. Getting Paralyzed is very bad. So let's proceed on, and I believe there should be one more off to the right here, and... okay, I was going to say, is the tank running right past it? Because it's very obvious at this point what you have to do. Or they're going to do it this way. Oh, this is gonna be painful. This is gonna be painful. But, let's go ahead, AoE. Okay, that's up. I don't have stun, someone, anyone? No. That was a problem with Paralyze 3. It is an AoE attack, so now everyone is paralyzed because no one's silenced or starting the thing. Oh, this Paralyze sucks. Alright. onwards. Which I believe will take us to the second boss, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Right to the second boss here. And it's our friend, Pyoreo! So we are going to have to defend him. I can't move! My body, help me! So this is our main boss, is the spare body. What we're gonna have to do is you're gonna see these orbs around, and each person is going to want to take one. Ideally, the tank takes it right next to one of those and pulls it out of the bleeding. The butt! The butt! Thank you. No! It keeps turning. So yeah, we have to defend our buddy here, and oh my gosh. Tank. Cake spot! Shut up, tank. That's all you have to do. None of this, like, running around nonsense. Yeah, so ideally the tank does just pick one spot. Ideally what happened is, you have a ranged Pearson, and, yeah, the tank wants to take that very, very big one, or the very, very big ones in general. Ow, because those hurt. Ooh, ow. You don't want to take the boss near Pyoreo because, well, that happens. This is a slight bit of a mess right now. I thought it was done for. I owe you one. So we have an ethereal flow and 2 treasure coffers. I will look at the loot after I go through the ethereal flow. So what do we got? Not much for me, but much stuff for me. Alright, we got discarded eye. It has a few eyes, actually. I'm just saying. Just saying, it actually has a few eyes here. Oh, I turned up my sound for that one boss, and now I'm like getting my ears blasted out. That's lovely. Oh, and we got a spare lung. I don't think I want this kind of lung. It's a little, deadly, if you ask me. Oh, clear eternal calm. What is this, FF10 now? Yeah, there's gonna be these orbs going about, and if they touch one of us, well, we're gonna take damage. If I remember right. No, as usual. Rule of 3. Of course, this physical demon we can't actually do anything about yet. Now its stone skin is gone. It may as well be called invincibility. You can't actually break it as far as I know. Libone lone failures, and also you can see it the final boss arena right over there. And these ones are definitely like much faster dungeons. I never realized it. I never really thought about it. So anyways, back to AoE. I don't want to be cankered. No! No. Alright. Means my moments. Alright. Let's hope the tank doesn't go running in like they like to do. But I do actually have to wait for that burst to raise, I believe. Look, Avira, all these people have come to make you a gift of their souls. Isn't that kind of them? Even Arya's here. Now your dream of becoming like her can come true. Oh god, creepy. Alright. We've got Avir, Bravearm, and Edda in the middle. Thank you ever so much for coming to our wedding. It means the world. Our witnesses the ceremony can't begin without us. So there's gonna be demons off to the side doing attacks at us. Raise over my love, all you've ever dreamed of. To have and to hold. So now we actually do want to be taking out the ads. You really want to make sure you're trying to go for the ones that are closest to going at her. I'm gonna let them take care of that one. And focus on the boss. I didn't realize this music was actually used right here. I honestly don't do this dungeon very much. Red Wedding. I believe if they get to her, that becomes much, much more painful. The grooms to be and such. So, we're just gonna have to repeat that all over again. Oh, looks like they're really wanting to come from here. Oh, hell, we're healed. Not nice. Oh, okay, tank out that one. Yeah, that's really the basics of this fight. Like, the first boss is honestly the hardest one of Tam-Tara Deepcroft are. Of all, like, I don't do this very much, but, like, honestly, this is probably one of the least annoying. Oh, God. Ow. Least annoying Realm Reborn dungeons. Ow. I'm sorry. Oh, we actually did have another wave of enemies there. We had some terrorites doing things. Whew. Yeah, Tam-Tara Deepcroft hard in comparison to a lot of the other Realm Reborn dungeons. It's really not that bad. What have you done? Up here! No! So this is one of the only dungeons in which you don't do a victory pose at the end. There's obviously victory music, but you don't actually do a victory pose at the end. They're kind of like, that's kind of not really when you want to be victory posing, to be honest. Let's reset this real quick. And yeah, so that's Tam-Tara Deepcroft hard. Honestly, like, in comparison, like, as long as you know what to do on the first boss, and you, like, deal with the orbs and all the ads and stuff, this, like, dungeon's not bad. I'd rather do that than, like, Stone Vigil hard. So, oh, I need to let's speak with Pyrea while I'm here, and then I need to go back to Coethus and talk with Ramon. It's finally over. Would it could have been different, but what choice did we have? Let this be my last act as an adventurer. I've done quite enough harm as it is. I mean to go home and live out my days in, huh? No, it can't be. Yep, that happened. That happened. Arya, I am glad to see you safely return. By the grace of the fairy and the aid you have given us, we've taken back what is ours. Yet surely you saw what the Dravanians left in their wake, a ruin. A blood-crusted eye is in need of much physicking before it can resume watch over the dragons. It will be long and hard work to rebuild the Stone Vigil. Long and hard. One battle ends, another begins. Our war is a holy one, and there is no rest for the pious, except in the arms of the Fury herself. Never shall be depleted the ranks of Ishgard's glorious dead. Never shall the prayers of the righteous be in vain. The dragons will perish, this I swear, by swords whole and broken. Alright, and on that note, we have wrapped up the dungeons for 2.3. Oh man, only 2 patches left. So, on that note, I am going to call it good there. So, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. If you really enjoyed it, consider supporting the channel. All support greatly helps her keep making content like this. You can find the links for that in the description, along with links to me on social media. So thank you again for watching, and until next time, this is rinimt, signing out. Bye-bye.